I don't have any gold or silver, but I've got some chrome. Hey everybody, Shep here. Welcome back to the channel. Well, recently I made a video doing a tour of my tool cart, and I said on that video that if it got 25 likes, I would do a toolbox tour on this, and here I am keeping my promise. So we're going to check this out today. If you haven't watched the tool cart tour, you'll want to watch that because that has my most commonly used tools, and this has all my other stuff. So here's my setup. It's kind of a hybrid between Series 2 and Series 3. I have a Series 2 26-inch top and bottom, and then a Series 3 bottom with the 15-inch side cabinet. I have had this for right at 2 years. I bought this in March of 2023. I bought the cabinet. They had that on sale back in the fall, and then I bought this in January. They had a sale on that. I wanted a setup similar to this where I could have a work area above. My original plan, I was going to get the old Series 2 44-inch box to put on this, but I missed out when they were clearancing them out for Series 3 stuff. I went to get one and they couldn't get them in red anymore. So I didn't really want to get a Series 3 42-inch because I didn't like the drawer layout on it. I liked the old Series 2 drawer layout on it better. I prefer lots of drawers, and I like thin drawers. I know a lot of people don't, but that's what I prefer for what I'm doing. So this setup is 68 inches across, and it has 30 drawers, counting the top there. And then I even got the little baby toolbox that everybody's been buying. So yeah, let's take a tour of it. I did want to say real fast, if you have a Series 2 like this and you are thinking about doing something similar, whether it's this style or something completely different, the Series 2 is slightly shorter than the Series 3, so I had to cut some spacers out of some 1x material and put that under the casters to raise it up, and now the top is flush across there. On the outside, I've got a paper towel roll. I have all the drawers labeled. The Series 2 came with like these white pieces of paper that go in here. I painted them black, and then I've got labels that I made with the label maker, and then I have these drawers labeled as well. These are I printed a label and then put it on some of this magnetic tape, so if you want to, you can kind of move them around if you change your layout. Right here I have a magnetic strip with some bit extensions, a pair of scissors, knife, stuff I commonly use. It's nice because you can take it off and just stick it right back. Got a little magnetic dry erase board. Then of course the baby toolbox. Haven't had this very long, so I don't really have a lot in it. Just some drill gauges, some notepads. That's about it right now. But I thought it would look really cool setting up here, so that's why I got it. And then I'm a sucker for Etsy, and I found this 3D printed 10mm socket. It'd be kind of hard to lose this one, but I thought it was really cool, and I thought it would make a good pen and pencil holder up here. And then also I should say I made a wood top for this. This is just a piece of edge glued pine that I sanded and stained and finished, and then I have a 1x strip across the front. Got this real nice mat up here that makes a nice work area, fits this really well. Now I've got my little power tool organizer thing. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this at first. I love that it's red and black and matches everything else, but it's actually really handy, and you know, here on the workstation it works really well. I pretty much only use Bauer 20-volt stuff from Harbor Freight, and then Hyper Tough 12-volt stuff from Walmart. I've had both of those for a while now and haven't had an issue with either one. Yeah, they work, and for what I'm doing, you know, they work just fine for me. So on this side, we got some flashlights, got some commonly used screwdrivers, got my chargers, my Bauer radio, love that thing. Got some different magnetic lights and some eye protection, ear protection, tape measure stuck up there. Got my batteries. You may notice that I have my batteries labeled. I just like doing that so I know I'm rotating the batteries and not using the same one all the time, since I've got several different ones that I use quite a bit. And then I've got HyperTough 12 volt. This is the thing that has the head you can change out to 90 degrees and stuff. That's really handy. I use it as a screwdriver. Of course, I got the drill, impact driver, and the 3/8 impact. And then under the toolbox, I have, this is from Harbor Freight. It's a tool creeper. Sadly, they discontinued this, and I happened to get this one clearance from my local store. Got it super cheap, like $6, and I love that thing. I've got one that I had before that I made out of a roll-around stool that broke. And then I've just got some empty impact socket cases. Alright, well, let's get the tour started. So, we got some torque wrenches for what I'm doing. These Harbor Freight ones work fine. If I need something better, eventually I'll get one. Got a torch, label maker, Bluetooth speaker. Got this, long story, long time ago. And we got a blowgun. We got a tire gauge. I use it for a tire gauge. Got an inflator. Then the first drawer here, this is kind of just a junk drawer. I've got some receipts for some tools I bought. That's really all I've got in there right now. Brushes, wire brushes, free toothbrushes they give you at the dentist. Different kinds of knives and scissors, razors, cutters, stuff like that. X-Acto knife. Measuring. Most of this stuff was my grandpa's that I inherited when he passed away. He did some like machining type stuff. I happen to have, you know, the stuff that he had, so don't use that stuff a ton. Here are snips and cutters. Of course, you know, got the snips and the tubing cutters and mini hacksaw, metal cutters, bolt cutters. Got my Allen and hex bit stuff. Got some Husky Allen wrenches, some different impact adapters, the Harbor Freight bit set, and I've got these Nico long Allen sockets. Got the SAE metric and Torx. This is a really nice little kit. This is Aries. It's a bit set, but they are ball Allens. And then it's cool because it also has ball Torx, which I've never really used yet. I've used some of the hex, but I haven't used the Torx. And this is a Titan bit set. This thing's really nice because it's got a lot of different stuff, so it's handy to have just because you never know what kind of stuff you're going to run into. Here's the ratchet drawer. Most of the ratchets here are Harbor Freight. This one is Hart. It's a Hart ratchet. I like that. This one is Craftsman, little quarter breaker bar. And you got, you know, the different stuff. These thumb wheel ratchets are nice for tap sockets. Got my extensions. These are my 1/2-inch drive stuff. Got impact and wobble, regular and wobble. And then got some 3/8 locking. And then these are my pass-through sockets for that set. I got these recently. These are 1/2 inch to 3/8. Thought that set was pretty cool, so I got those, and then I got a couple long extensions there. Plier drawer. This is stuff I don't commonly use, so just some extra vice grips, some lineman pliers, other various little pliers. These were pliers that my grandpa had, and they're a specialty thing, and I know what they're for, but does anybody else out there know what they're for? Let me know if you do. And then I got the Lyle electrical disconnects, some pinch pliers, and got some long needle nose, super handy. I got these Easy Red pistol grip pliers. Really haven't used those. Thought they'd be really handy, but I really haven't used them very much. Got a set of snap ring pliers. Got these from my grandpa. He had quite a few of these from this brand, Cummins Tools. Anybody out there ever heard of that? And if so, where did you get it from? Because you know, I've never seen that for sale, so I'd be interested to know where those came from. And then some of those hose clamp pliers for hard to access stuff. Screwdrivers, mostly USA Craftsman. Got some various other things, some ratcheting screwdrivers and some precision screwdrivers. This is a really nice little set here. This Klein Tools that has all your specialty bits as well. Very handy kit. And then this is kind of picks and prying stuff. Got some different some lineup stuff and some giant screwdrivers that are used as pry bars. Got this Aries radiator pick set, and we got some long picks and some short picks and some of these picks for like O-rings and stuff where you don't want to tear them up. Got the 4140 pry tool that you've probably seen before that everybody really likes. It's super handy. Got some cheap tire spoons and some gasket scrapers. Got an empty drawer here. I've got some room to grow in this toolbox, so that's nice. Here's some kind of diagnostic / electrical stuff. Obviously infrared thermometer. This is a nice little code reader. It has live data, and I've found that to be very helpful. Got a spark checker, old school meter that my dad gave me. Be honest, I'm not that familiar with it. And got a stethoscope. This is kind of my oil change stuff. I'm kind of just starting to set this up. I thought it'd be handy to have this kind of stuff together, but got some various oil filter accessories, and then I've got these gear wrench magnetic drain plug sockets that I got like super cheap, and I got the sizes of the stuff that I've got. Then I've got some caliper hangers and one of those things, because if you know, you know. Got another empty drawer. I have a bunch of C-clamps and vice grip style clamping pliers. Not really sure if these are going to live in here forever, but I got them here right now. And then this is kind of your bad day drawer. Some various taps and dies. This is a tap and die set that goes up to 1 inch. Tap sockets, some extractor stuff, a little rethreader kit. These are bolt extractor sockets, SAE socket set, or tap and die set, and metric taps and dies. Then going over here to the middle part, this is bit sockets / specialty sockets. And you'll see in my socket drawers in this toolbox, what I did was I took some really thin plywood, and then these are Harbor Freight socket rails. I think that you get them for like 3 different ones for $4, and kind of on their own, just as socket rails, they're not super great unless you've got small sockets, but when you screw them down like this, they're actually pretty well, and for as many as I needed, it was a pretty good choice, and I'm pretty happy with them. Plus you can cut them down, as you'll see I've done, but if anybody's interested, that's what I did. So I've got some standard hex and some metric hex. These are Husky 1/4 inch ones. These are Harbor Freight 3/8 ones. And I think there's some 1/2 inch ones in the back. These are Harbor Freight 1/4 impact Torx, and then those are USA Craftsman regular Torx with a Tecton bigger one. Husky E-Torx set, and these are some Craftsman spark plug sockets. I think here pretty soon I'm gonna get some magnetic spark plug sockets. Give those a try. Then up here we got some Craftsman tamper-proof Torx, and then these are Nico Torx Plus and triple squares. And I'll be honest, I as of yet haven't used any of these, but you know, I like collecting tools, and I guess if I need them, I've got them. And these are just some bit sockets that have like Phillips bits and flat bits. And then the old infamous gator grip socket that's I only ever use for installing hooks and stuff. Here's punches and chisels. Almost every single one of these was my grandpa's, so I thought I'd keep them. I don't use near all of them, but I guess they're nice to have. And you got some of these punches for punching holes. Files, nothing fancy. Then this is pipe wrenches / adjustable wrenches / channel lock style pliers. Just some old school pipe wrenches, some adjustable wrenches up to I think 15 inches. I got one of these to try out. This is the Icon, the newer style pipe wrench that everybody seems to like. Got one of those when they were on sale. Fencing pliers, some Crescent brand channel locks, and some smaller size ones. Then this is 3/4. This stuff doesn't hardly get used except for some of my farm equipment that's got big nuts and bolts on it. This is the Harbor Freight set. I've got a couple adapters here that my grandpa had. A TrueCraft one and a Williams, and a couple big wrenches he had, a Proto 1 7/16", and then that's a Thorson 1.5". And then I have this is a DeWalt. It's a DeWalt 3/4 ratchet. That I think the same ratchet's rebranded by several different companies, but it's a pretty nice ratchet, and I got that thing like super cheap. I got a great deal on that. And then bottom drawer, just some hammers and some pickle forks, some more of those Cummins tools, and some air hammer bits. Alright, now the drawer that everybody's been waiting for since that teaser at the beginning of the video. My socket drawer. So these are my chrome 3/8 and 1/4 inch sockets. 1/4 inch up here in the front, 3/8 back there. Once again, same deal with the socket organizers. You'll see a theme, especially if you've seen my tool cart tour, where standard stuff is red, metric stuff is black. And just like with my tool cart tour, I'll go through one side because basically I have the mirror image of the same stuff on the other side. So I have some Craftsman USA 12-point deeps, and then some Harbor Freight 6-point deep, gear wrench universals, gear wrench semi-deep, Harbor Freight 12-point shallow, heart, 6-point shallow. Same stuff on the metric. Now the metric does skip a few sizes, so the ones that it skips, I think I've filled in with Craftsman, and there might be a couple other various brands. Also, I have these. These are 8-point sockets for square nuts and bolts, because old stuff that I have still uses those. And then up here, the 1/4-inch stuff. Harbor Freight deep, Gear Wrench semi-deep, Harbor Freight shallow, and then these are from O'Reilly's Power Torque. They're stubby, they're real short, they're actually really good for low profile stuff, especially if you put them on a wrench, because you can put them on a wrench and get even super low clearance. And then these are Duralast, I think, 1/4-inch. And I don't have a full set of those, but I've got the common sizes, and I don't know if I really need any others, but yeah, I got the same setup with the metric. And you'll notice I have labeled them. Took some time to do, but I did go through and label them. Okay, down to standard wrenches. So I really like these Ernst wrench organizers, once again with the red for standard and black for metric. Gear wrench flex heads. These are USA Craftsman, and I've got them all the way up to 1 5/16". This is the bigger sizes from the Sunex stubby set that I've got. Craftsman ignition wrenches, old Craftsman USA double box, Aries thin wrenches, can be handy. Craftsman USA flare nut wrenches, Craftsman USA quick wrenches. Now I know a lot of people don't like these, but once in a while you do run into something where those are handy. Metric, got a lot of the same kind of stuff. I got up to 25 and then 27 and 30. Everything above 19 is the newer Craftsman stuff. All the smaller sizes are USA Craftsman. Got some metric ignition wrenches, Craftsman USA flare nuts, Aries thin wrenches, gear wrench flex heads. Then I got these Duratec, like the long double box style. I got those for Christmas, so I'm anxious to try those out. Then I have this one gear wrench, 19mm, where it's fixed on one side and straight on the other, that I use for those Harbor Freight pass-through sockets. This next drawer, excuse me. This next drawer is kind of like my overflow wrenches. I've just got an extra set of Craftsman standard and metric. Got some distributor wrenches. Then I've got some Craftsman USA long metric wrenches. And then some of the metric set of the quick wrenches. And if you collect these or know much about Craftsman wrenches, these sets usually go to 16mm, but I have these 3 bigger sizes, which are not very common, so it's kind of cool I got those. And then some Sunex crow's foot flare nut style. We got an empty drawer here. And then you got my power tool drawer. I've got the Bauer inflator, which is super handy because, you know, here on the homestead, the name of the game is flat tires and dead batteries, so that works really well. This is the right angle thing for my Hyper Tough 12-volt thing I showed you earlier. I've got the little cutoff tool. I like this for small stuff. It's great, but honestly, it's kind of weak and underpowered, but I still like it for small stuff. Got the Hyper Tough die grinder, love that thing. Got the little reciprocating saw. And then got the Bauer impact driver, the 3/8 impact, and then the high torque impact. I just got this the other day when I got my mini toolbox, when they had these on the parking lot sale. So I haven't used that yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And then finally, my 1/2-inch drive socket drawer. Once again, this socket drawer is laid out the same way. I kind of don't like having the socket drawer on the bottom, but that's a super heavy drawer, and I wanted to have it where it had the 2 sliders. So, got some USA Craftsman stuff that my grandpa had. I'm sure those are really old. Harbor Freight Deep, Sun-X Shallow, Harbor Freight Chrome Shallow. Some of the bigger sets are Husky. Same exact deal with that. Sun-X Shallow. The deeps on these are Nico brand, and then some of these others, the bigger sizes, are what are these? Power Built. Got a set of those that were axle nut sockets, so that's what those are. And then these are just some smaller sizes from that Harbor Freight, and I think there's a few Craftsman sprinkled in. This is the 1/2-inch set of those 8 points for the square stuff, and then just some 1/2-inch adapters and a tiny bit of room to grow. Well, I hope you guys liked the tour. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the new subscribers that I've been picking up. I appreciate each and every one of you. And, you know, these are tools that I use for basically just playing around here on the homestead, fixing stuff when it needs fixed. So, hope you guys liked it. If you want to know anything about any of the tools, just, you know, leave me a comment. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great day.